Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Gnomoria. Now I set a timer for myself and I said by the time I got to this level I would stop. And a lot happened. Basically, I didn't add anything to these rooms necessarily. I did a little bit more mining. Yeah, I started doing some more mining. There was a couple catastrophes. Man, it's not fresh in my mind at all. But I did start to establish more units. So now we have our actual bow people. So, well, first of all, yeah, we have crossbows, we have hatchet riders, which don't make fun of me, and then we have hammer time, which is, hammer gnome, and, yeah, it's basically, yeah, just hammer gnomes. They're in full bronze armor, as you can see right here, and they're also carrying around stone hammers, so, that's gonna be my initial precaution against mants. So now we have new sounds for training. Everybody's firing off crossbows. There we go. Yeah, see, they're firing them. Wait, let's see if... There we go. Wait for it. Yeah, they're gonna do great in combat. Okay, so they're training up. It's gonna take a while before that actually becomes something tangibly excellent, obviously, but in the meantime, I feel pretty comfortable with it for the time being. So right now, I want to finish doing this so I can finish making the rest of the stuff that I wanted to make here, basically, without, you know, getting too specific about it, I guess. Let's see. Whoa, whoa, there we go. There we go, and that'll automatically destroy that door. And then we'll destroy that. Everything gets deconstructed, that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's speed it up a little bit. Otherwise it's going to take forever. Oh, apparently I have to actually manually deconstruct that door anyways. That's cool. So, deconstruct torch. Can't deconstruct torch. Torch already deconstructed. Maybe it's already deconstructed. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and dig ramp down. Let's actually, you know what? I'm going to dig hole like this. That's a little far, but that's fine. That's basically going to set the boundary for what it is we're trying to accomplish here. So we're going to then mine that out. I'm not even going to worry about it right now, but for now, let's go ahead and make sure that the rest of this is set to go. Let's go dig ramp down. Okay, about like, yay. Yeah, we'll use that as our perimeter, and then we'll remove the ramps once they've actually cleared all of this out. And the rest of this will be farmland and emu land and all that other fun stuff. There we go. Cool. Now they're going to do that. We're going to leave them to it. And then we should probably try to find more metals. You know what I really need to do is try to find some tin, but I think that's going to require us to go deeper. So I'm going to be a paranoid little shit about it and just finish mining all of this stuff right here. Well, no, I'm not actually, because they're going to be busy doing that. So let's see, it's the 9th day of fall, everything's about to stop growing. We've got the last few trees to get chopped over here. I guess maybe we can try to keep everyone busy, or not, you know. I'm basically just waiting for more gnomes to show up and attacks to happen. Let's see, you know, this might be pretty productive. Let's go ahead and build some... Oh yeah, by the way, value went up a little bit, just a little bit. So we should be getting stronger goblins in, but I'm hoping that since most of my value is in the armor that I've been creating, that it shouldn't be that big of an issue, really. So that's the hope, that's the thought. So I figure, you know, if all your value scaled with your armor, you should still, I would imagine, be able to overpower the goblins that ended up showing up. Also, I started building a weaponsmith. Now, why did I start building a weaponsmith? Give me a second here. There was something I needed to build, and I couldn't tell if I was able to build it or not with a weaponsmith or not. I had a reason for building a weaponsmith. Bear with me. I'm not entirely remembering why at the moment. I just know it was really important. Again, it's been some time since I played. I've been busy uploading and everything else, so I try not to multitask too much whenever it comes to uploading my videos, just because right now my internet sucks. I should be on the phone with the great internet Satan Comcast right now talking about a better connection speed and whatnot for what that's worth. But I have put it off because... Oh my god, seriously? Okay, it crashed. Hold on a second. Okay, so I have more or less recovered my game. I'm not entirely sure exactly how far back it set me, but it looks like pretty much whenever I started the video before, so no big deal. I was just talking about other things like how I have to talk to the great internet Satan There's some other things I was going to do, and then mining and something or other, I don't know. There we go. Let's go ahead and get back to what we were doing before, which was dig ramp down. I think the Gnomoria doesn't run very well with other things recording it and whatnot. Like I think I've already explained this, but at first I was having issues just running normal XSplit on it, and now I had to switch to the broadcaster version in order to actually get it to work, and that seems to be more or less functional, I suppose. And yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to maintain that for some time. Oh yeah, how's our water supply doing here? 11% water. Oh man, we're getting crazy town with this water here. That's, how many is that? 4 or 5 episodes plus a pretty long intermediary break. We've gotten very, very little water. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right. Let's go ahead and dig hole like this, and we'll do 4x4 so it's gonna catch more often. So that's oh wait, there we go. That's what I wanted. Excellent. Cool. And yeah, these guys are still harvesting trees. It's totally fine. Sounds like the axes are still pretty slow. It sounds at all. Oh no, they're hitting shields. I'm like waiting for the actual chopping noise, but they're actually defending pretty well, so that's really good. I'm happy about that. I'm taking a drink of my delicious beverage. Don't mind me. Okay. So, in the interim, what do we want to do? What do we want to take care of here? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I had set somebody else up to do some... Oh yeah, I made beds. Let's go back here. Let's... Actually, you know what? I probably can't build beds. I need to hold off a little bit on anything that's going to use cloth, because number one, we're about to be out of cloth for an entire season, which is not great. And we've been using it all on making armor, because armor requires a ridiculous amount of padding, which requires cotton and all kinds of other stuff. Let me see here. That's a loom, not what I want. Tailor, padding. Yeah, it needs a bolt of cloth, a fiber, and a string. That is a lot. That's actually, is that more than a mattress needs? Oh no, 4 bolts of cloth, any string, and 2 straw. A little bit cheaper, relatively, but not by much. Okay, what do we have here in mid-process? Contents, bolts and strings, that's good. And contents, we have a pretty decent amount of cotton. But still, I think armor is a little bit of a higher priority, and that's waiting on stuff to die, basically. We need to kill things, and that includes yaks or whatever else happens to be available at the time to kill that will actually afford us its fine skins. Let's see, we're going to... Terrain. Remove ramp. Yes. Alright, we're gonna have to remove this anyway. Eventually, so I'm gonna start at least designating it as it appears. I still have this little bit of an overhang here, which I guess I'll wall up eventually, but actually let's go ahead and we will deconstruct this, and then build, terrain, wall, dirt, deer tape. Alright. Okay, cool. I'll let them do that. Once my miners are done here, we'll go back down below and see if we can't hopefully find something particularly useful. In the meantime, on the way, that kind of a deal. So, yeah, that's more or less the plan. We've got more than enough hay to feed our yaks for the time being, so I'm not worried about that. Caught up on that since I had no yaks for a little bit there. That was a lot of fun. Now, not so much, but, you know, at the time, oh, it was hilarious good times, wasn't it? I remember it. Just like it was, you know, yesterday, basically. Let's see. Okay, they sealed that up. I still want decent access. I just sealed that up so I can have a better idea visually of what's going on here. But we're going to end up digging that out. Build a door. Let's do furniture. Stone door. Eventually we'll have to build an access over here so we can get at the apple trees if we need to. Although right now we're pretty good on food and drink. If it gets a little low, I'll go out and just forage all the wild trees around the area. But other than that, I'm not too terribly worried about it. Okay. So we're just waiting on that. What else? What else is new? What else is going on? I've been playing a lot of guilty pleasure games lately. Not necessarily like that, perverts. Well, maybe a little bit like that. There's a bunch of really good ones coming out. What can I say? Old dirty man that I may be. You could probably guess what they are if you've heard news about particularly interesting games of the type that I would be hesitant to mention on a YouTube channel. But there's some good ones out there right now. And on a slightly lesser note, I finally got Code of Princess on the DS. And that is, again, I got into a mood where I was like, you know what, I need a completely irreverent sort of game. I just feel like playing something completely irreverent, and that would be embarrassing to play in public. Much less to talk about. This is actually, I don't know, maybe not weird, but definitely one of those like, you know what, I'm a guy. Pretty normal guy, really. So I play games like that periodically, and I wish it was a little bit more acceptable, or at least, you know, maybe I should come up with some sort of a pseudonym that would allow me to review those games. But yeah, that's that's the short version of that story. But suffice to say, yeah, Code of Princess is kind of, so far it's kind of eh. I just started on it. I really like Odin Sphere and George Kamitani, Vanillaware, Odin Sphere, Muramasa. I haven't played Dragon's Crown yet because I refuse to own an Xbox, but that's my own damn fault as far as that goes. And yeah, I really like those games. I like really solid adventure plus artwork kind of games. I did make a let's look at or review of Dust, Tales from Elysia, and I made it and I realized this was I kind of forgot to put sound on it, and that was obviously not going to work out very well, so I just ended up deleting the whole thing. And I like it. I like it a lot because it hits on those points of being kind of a side-scrolling adventure game with entirely reasonable art. I will say, I think a lot of the execution of the art in that game could be a lot better, like, you know, maybe study drawing clothes, something like that. I don't necessarily want to bash, like, bashing is the last thing I want to do to that game because I really enjoyed it as I was playing it, but there were parts left to be desired on it, to say the least, that I was just sort of like, God, I can't really swear my allegiance to this game because I feel like, you know, there's something missing here. There's something just slightly off that bugs me, and until I can put my finger on it, I'm not weighing in one way or another. Although I will say I played through the whole thing and I really enjoyed the story and the gameplay, so take that for what you will. It's definitely an endorsement. Like, I am pro Dust, Tales of Elysia. That's Tales as in Tails, because there's also quite the number of anthro characters in it, which, you know, some people can take or leave for sure. I am aware. Let's see. Build, terrain, ramp up, soil ramp, dirt clump. Sweet. We're also going to replace this terrain. Yes. But I really wish there were more of those, and it's a lot of it is like I like George Kamitani's work, and I think his art style is incredible, and like the writing and drama in those games is incredibly intense, and I really like that kind of stuff. And I don't think there's enough of it, not nearly. So I every now and then I try to find a game like that, and I stumbled on Code of Princess, and I was like, hey, this could possibly fit the bill, and I'm playing it. I'm definitely playing it. I at this point, it's almost like I spent the money on it. I'm gonna finish it, and I try not to be this like cynically spiteful about games, but it is one of those definite like, I spent the money on it. Just, you know, relax. Don't be so super critical. It's just the start of the game. I'm sure it'll get better. Oh, wait. They're reasonably fast. They could be better, but they're also doing more damage than fists would, so you win some, you lose some, that kind of a deal, I'm sure. So, oh, hey, a monitor lizard. You know what that means. We're gonna kill the monitor lizard. That's all squads. Go! Fight! Let's see how well this turns out. Oh man, he is running. That was a sad monitor lizard. Ooh, it's taking a while. We got a lot of people bleeding. Armor's not particularly working. Here, let's check out the events here. 10th day of fall. Group fight. Monitor lizard has died. Swings basalt hand axe. The monitor lizard hitting the upper body, slicing through the ribs, and slicing through the heart. Okay, so we actually hit the heart. Swings with basalt hand axe, hitting the left leg and cutting the hide. While we're cutting him, copper bolt. The monitor lizard catches her breath from hitting the tail, poking the muscle, and poking the bone. So the bolts were basically bouncing off of it. Swings with the bauxite hammer, but the monitor lizard dodges. And shoots a bronze bolt from a copper crossbow, hitting the upper body, piercing through the hide, poking the ribs, and piercing through the right lung. Okay, so it kind of jiggled around in the ribs there for a second. And let's see, copper bolt from his copper crossbow, hitting the tail, piercing through the hide, poking the muscle, and poking the bone. Ah, there we go. Bobble swings with his bauxite hammer, he misses, and bashes with his pine shield. Interesting. Hand axe, bleeding, hand axe, hand axe. I'm looking for hammer hits here, and there's not many. And Gimbel's left arm is bleeding, swings with bauxite hammer. Hammers keep missing. Oh man. I mean, at the very least, we're going to have so many people. That wasn't even like my entire population fighting at something that was close to the base. Dodges. Pine shield, assault hand axe, bronze bolt. Yeah, I mean the bolts seem to be doing most of the periphery sort of damage there, so that's good. That'll at least do, and at least, you know, if the hammers are going to hit anything, they're at least armored, so they should be pretty well defended. We'll just have to watch that and see, because they're going to need a lot of training. They have all this training and everything else that's supposed to help their dodge rating and brawling and that kind of a deal, and that's all well and good, but it's not going to mean anything once the goblins show up and they're in any reasonably decent amount of armor. That could get bad very quickly. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we've got doors, so might as well use them. Alright, build furniture torch. And actually we want wall torch. Alright, there we go. Oh, you know what? Those torches that were sitting there before on the little thing that I had set up were actually the wall torches in their deconstructed form. They look like normal floor torches. So that's interesting. Okay, let's see. We're going to build again. We're actually going to build some normal torches on the periphery here. And yeah, you know what? That's fine for now. I do kind of want to build floors while I'm here. Let's do terrain, floor. We're going to do stone. We're going to do raw basalt. As much as it'll let us, and then I'll go mine some as well. So, not a huge stinking deal. I just want to make this a little more contiguous. Good stuff. And then, do we want heads on a stick? Of course we want heads on a stick. Let's do terrain. Skull on a pole. Sorry. It's a slant rhyme if I ever heard one. Man, have I heard some slant rhymes, am I right? That didn't make any sense. I'm sorry. Okay, so next we need to remove ramps like so. This is sort of temporary ramp removal. Or that one ramp right there is there temporarily while they get this wall kind of started, I guess. Let me think. I can't remember the last time I had a goblin attack, at least day-wise. I'm sure it wasn't that far away, but, you know, it's probably better to be safe, and I should probably put a door up here just because. Let's see. It's one of those, if I don't, this could turn into a famous last word situation very quickly, and I don't necessarily want that. Let's go build. Hold on. Build. Terrain. Wall. Soil wall. Dirt clump. Build. Okay, I think that's the right location. Okay. Close enough. And yes, we have a torch there. Probably want more torches around the periphery before too long, but we're also waiting for grass to grow at this point. We can't really designate anything as agricultural until the grass grows in. So, a little annoying, kind of irritating. Not exactly my favorite thing in the world, but we'll make do. Oh no, my cool refreshing beverage is complete. That's tragedy. Oh, you know what? This video is almost complete. I don't remember exactly how much time was offset by the crash, so I'm letting it go for a few minutes extra, but I just thought maybe I'd point that out and add a sense of drama to the video. Why not? And yeah, I'm actually really surprised. I got, I mean, as of today, it's going to be like at least a week before this actually airs, but I got another subscriber, and again, it's like, you know, I released a video series on Dark Souls, and much to my, like, infinite woeful arrogance, I suppose, I was like, yeah, no, this is a popular game and people like to watch it, and then nobody watched it whatsoever, and I started, like, losing subscribers and things like that. And there's normally losses whenever I end a series and whatnot, but whenever I started losing them as I started a series, I was like, oh, that's bad. So I just sort of gave up on it, and I went through a very dark time where I was kind of like, oh, why do I bother? You know, that kind of a thing. It's pretty normal. And so after that, like, you know, everything kind of stabilized and people were watching videos. And then I noticed that people were watching these videos and nobody was going away. And then I got another subscriber and then another. And I was like, I'm rather pleased. Like, if I'm going to make videos on something, I don't mind making videos on this, because usually there's a pretty decent chance I'll be able to go on some sort of a tirade. And tirades can be fun. Tirades can be awful fun. So that pleased me quite a bit to see that, you know, people were actually interested in watching this series and seeing me play, because I do like this game quite a bit, and even though there's times where there's kind of down moments and that kind of a deal, I'm also kind of using this to practice the concept of actually just being able to fill airtime with whatever I could possibly say. So if you hear me go quiet, trust me, I'm like, God, say something, say anything that isn't not a thing. So, yeah, there we go. Yes. Hold on, let me see. Oh, yes, okay, good. We did harvest some more cotton. The touch, the feel of cotton, fabric of our lives. Fortunately, we're still harvesting some 11th hour food over here. We probably are done with our trees. I do need more food, I realize. Like, I just need to be producing more food. I mean, once I start getting some more gnomes, it's going to be a very quick downhill descent to... Yeah, there we go. Monitor lizard bones. Good stuff. Probably got a couple extra pieces of bronze out of that. Bronze armor, specifically. Let's see. What are we waiting for over here? We're waiting for a builder. Why is nobody building it? Armor. Yeah, this is everything that's left to continue building for the rest of my gnomes, but they got the major ones out of the way, so that's good. The armored gnomes also have taunt, so the idea is they're just going to tank everything while everybody else picks away at it with fast attack and that kind of a deal, and then are at least, you know, relatively armed in the event of an emergency. Oh, you know what? I could actually also go ahead and build some scaffolding. Build. We're going to build that there. That there. Just make things a little bit easier here. I keep forgetting about scaffolding. Scaffolding is awfully useful. I'm going to go ahead and... Wait, cancel that job. Okay, and then we will mine, wall. Oh, you douchebag. What are you doing wandering around, really? Okay. And then remove ramp. I rubbed ramp. I loved lamp. But, you know, Asianish and slightly racist. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up right here. This is no big deal. Oh, I just realized that ramp is there and it's kind of exposed. Let's fix that. Build terrain wall. Stone wall. Yeah, stone wall. Any raw bauxite. There we go. Okay. And, yeah, I guess next on the list is mine some more basalt so we can continue roofing off our wall there, and then we'll do some minor mining exploration. Was that redundant? I'm not sure. But we'll find out next time on Cardboard Decoy Plays Gnomoria. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next... Oh, excuse me. I will see you next time. Have fun.